All right, today we are taking a look at I almost said Marvel Legends, the Star Wars The Black Series, The Force Unleashed 3-pack. So, looking at the box here, this does have a little sleeve over it, but I want to take a look at this because this little recreation is so great because this is done with the figures themselves, showing you a little pose you can get them in before you even buy it. Now, would I have liked to have seen this on store shelves? Absolutely. But, couldn't do that, I guess. On the side, we get a nice little look at Galen Marek, I think is his name. Correct me if I'm horribly mistaken. All of his accessories. We get the stormtroopers down there. Sorry if I am a little sniffly during this. I'm kind of getting over a bit of a sickness. That same image on this side. Little description on this side. Pause if you would love to read it. And we're just gonna, we're gonna slide this out slowly. It's stuck. Crap. There, I got it off. Alright, so get the actual image on that side there. Once again. But I honestly really like how they did this, where it unfolds into 3 sections. So you have Galen Marek in the center, of course. Your 2 stormtroopers, which are going to fold back because it's been sitting like this for so long. You get a glimpse at his accessories. I assume they're all sitting behind him on this wall. This is honestly a really great box, and I would have loved to seen something like this on store shelves, Maybe just do like a slight plastic covering on it. But having stuff like this, it's such a fun box to have that it makes me want to, purchase the figure. I want to see more of this, not windowless packaging. Even the windowed stuff I like, but if we could get, like, when they do 3-packs, do them like this, amazing. It'd be great. But without further ado, let's actually look at what is inside. Give a proper look anyway. And here we have Starkiller and the Stormtrooper 3-pack out of the packaging. So, as far as Star Wars figures go, these are pretty good. I have a few issues here and there. I think Galen Marek's proportions are ever so slightly off. Or at least, like, they don't look right to me, and I'll explain later what I mean. Of course, you have just the general articulation, which I'm not a fan of on Star Wars figures. And it's purely because I know they can do better. They used to do better. But for whatever reason, they've dropped it. So, without further ado, let's actually get into looking at these guys. And I just want to start with the Stormtroopers. Because overall, they're pretty good. You got that green hue in the eye. This is just printed on, I believe. But it's good detail. I love to see all this. It's very, very nice. Even on the back of the helmet, you got something. They've got some nice butterfly joints in there. The only issue I really have with those is that they made the chest piece smaller, which I feel it should be a little thicker, if you know what I mean. Like, if you look at Stormtroopers, maybe my memory's off, maybe. But this just seems like a really skinny chest. And I get that that was to give more room for movement. But if I would say anything, I would almost rather... Oh, this is a separate piece. Still, I think it should be thicker. I don't know. I will fully admit it's a personal thing. It just feels very odd, and it might just be seeing them different from how I have in the past on toys. But they get, their basic, I think it's called an E11 blaster. Very cool. Very, very nice. They're fun. Their average $20 Star Wars figure. Or I guess now 25. I say now. They've been 25 for a while. But yeah, you can get them into good poses. There we go. Come on. There we go. So we'll just stand them to the back, because it is the exact same figure. You just get it twice. But now for the main attraction, the reason everyone bought this, Galen Marek. So he comes with lightsaber and one hand to hold it. Now I can't lie, I thought he had two, because he had both blue and red, but I think that's just to show off what he had in the game. So you can see all the amazing detail on this. Like, I normally don't give Hasbro a lot of credit for their lightsaber details because I feel they bend really easily. And this one is no different, but at least I feel it has an excuse to be so thin. Get the little button there, so where do you plug it in on him? Because I hadn't looked before. Right there. So you just plug that right in on his belt if you want. So, you know, if you don't want him holding his lightsaber and you want to do something else, you can. My favorite aspect of this is you can see the little red kyber crystal in there where he destroyed part of it. Okay, I have something to admit, guys. I haven't played these games in so long. Oh no. Are we going to witness this break on camera? No, we aren't. Okay. So, not only does it come with just that basic part, you also get this nice little, like, waving piece, which I think, personally, every Jedi should have these. Like, this should be basic for a $25 Jedi figure. You know, when it was $20, I feel that's more understandable, just give them the lightsaber. But when you raise the price, I don't feel like this is too much to ask to give us this little bit with every Jedi. Especially given that we don't generally get many accessories. And with some figures, we get no accessories. So, yeah. This is very, like, I love this. I love this little effect. So you have it in red, or you can get it in blue. Now, I will personally probably give the blue away to someone else. You know, Luke, Obi-Wan, something like that. I don't know. I will probably do that with both of these, actually. Because I imagine I'll have Galen Marek posed up with, like, his Force lightning and that kind of stuff. So these pieces will probably go to other Jedi and Sith. But speaking of those alternate hands, let's show them off. But also, I do want to talk about this face because I'm going to try and alternate it out as well. You get a nice little, like, I assume this is supposed to be the Sith one, where it's just angrier. It's a bit of a smirk to it. I do think it's weirdly sculpted. I don't know. It's probably supposed to look like that. It's just very odd looking to the eye, but I do like it. But speaking of which, he does come with plenty of accessories, so let's go ahead and look at those. So he also comes with a couple Force hands. Of course, you have the one that looks like it's kind of doing a Force push, which is very nice. I like to see it. And then we have one that could either be a blaster holder, or if you had one of his Sith heads, could probably be a Force choke. You know, very cool. I love these. And I say very cool because it's all I can really muster. He also has this neutral head, which I think works really, really well. You know, like, this is my second favorite head sculpt, I would say. In a minute, we will see what my favorite one is. Oh, didn't mean to drop that. In a minute, we will see what my favorite head sculpt for this figure is. But first, let's take a look at another set of alternate hands. So while I was, getting the hands around, I did notice, pretty sure this hand is supposed to go with the one I just showed off, and then he has a couple of relaxed hands. But anyway, I just showed them very weirdly. So, yeah, he has two more sets of hands. Again, another Force push. Two more. He has another set of hands. And one that's just very relaxed, just sitting at his side, maybe ready to grab his lightsaber right before a fight, Maybe he's not Force pushing. Maybe he's just telling someone to calm down. So yes, he does also come with a set of electric hands. Sorry if you can't see his face. The lighting that I have just does not like the skin tone very much. I'm trying to adjust it a little bit, but I can't really do anything to fix it. Anyway, something's gonna break, I'm sure. My station is very cluttered with a bunch of other stuff to review, and I keep knocking things over. Anyway, he does come with a set of Force Lightning. So when I let go of him, you're going to see the issue with this. And that's that he can't stand on his own. But thankfully, they gave us this nice little stand. So if you spread his feet apart, there are 2 pegs on it you can plug his feet into, and I'm sure it will work perfectly, right? Oh yeah, it does. So, and the other thing that they showed on the box was that these stormtroopers were sent flying with this stuff. So let's see if we can actually get some stormtroopers put into this. So the answer is no. You cannot get him to hold the stormtroopers up with the Force Lightning because it is made of too much of a soft plastic and they will just fall over. You know, but maybe, just maybe. Nope, I don't think he wants to stand anymore, actually. So, okay. Yet again, he cannot hold a stormtrooper up with his lightning. So, I beg the question, why the Force Lightning if I cannot hold my troops up with it? Like, in Star Wars, every time I've seen Force Lightning used, it's to push people away. It's to hold them up. But if I can't do that because your plastic is too soft and it brings his arms down too much because he can't support the weight, then what's the point? Makes me mad. Because that was the main way I was planning on posing this guy, was with the stormtroopers, you know, flying back or something. But I can't do that because his arms are too weak. Thankfully, this time he didn't fall down. Like, yeah, that's a cool pose to have him in like this, you know. It looks nice, but you know what would look nicer? Let me get him all winded up and ready to be put in. To be able to, like, put a stormtrooper into the lightning. You know, really have him go flying. But if you do that, it falls down. Heck, again, on the packaging. What does it show on the packaging? Stormtroopers getting thrown by the lightning. I do not think it is this hard to make something like that, but apparently for Hasbro, it is. So as much as I do like this figure, that is a major downside to me. And I want to talk about this stand as well, because it made me mad while I was putting it together. Because this thing does not stay together. As you can see, it's already coming apart again. Because there's not enough space on this thing for the whole set. Like, it is forcing its way out, and I think now it's going to plug in, unless I knocked another one out. No. What you have to do is, these are 3 separate parts. So, like, here's one part, and then here's the last one. You have to plug them into these little slots, and each one correlates to a specific spot. But if you don't set them just right, they will pop right off. And as you saw, up until now that I want to talk about it, it was doing that. Like, it is a very cool effect piece, but it would be even cooler if it always held together like it was supposed to. You know, that would have absolutely made it an amazing stand, but it just does not have that. But if it will hold together from here out, I am willing to look past all of that. I picked Starkiller. Oh, no, there it is. I was going to say I picked Starkiller up and his lightsaber's gone, but I knocked it out right next to his hand, so it's all good. I just wanted to quickly get them all set up for y'all, because I want to actually go over the design, articulation, all of that stuff of this figure, as unlike Marvel Legends, Star Wars does try to sculpt a new figure most of the time. Unless it's Luke Skywalker. So, looking at him, of course, as far as I'm aware, this is all new sculpt. Everything is brand new, which is great. This was a PulseCon exclusive. I'm so happy that everything was brand new, newly painted and everything. That is great. So it is very basic articulation for Star Wars. You have the butterfly joint right here that's not really a butterfly joint because it doesn't do much movement. Like, this isn't going to help me get him into, holding his lightsaber with two hands because he can already do that without the butterfly joints. Like, the whole point of them on a Marvel Legend, like, here I have Wolverine standing. See, you get this full set that you can just move back like that. Or you can move them forward. No, don't let them fall. See? That's what it should be. Because there's a clear difference between that more broad-shouldered and this. And I feel that Star Wars should have that too. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was that I feel his arms are very, very long for his proportions. Like, his arms feel like they are almost the length of his legs. And that is because they are almost the length of his legs. Like, his fingertips are coming really, really far down. Just overall has a very off look to it to me. This is a very thin proportioned body. I feel like it should be a little thicker to better match the broader shoulders that he has. And another thing that maybe should have been a bit thicker was the armor piece. And I get if it's supposed to be tight, but it just feels like there should be more. But the rest of the sculpting is really good. I love this little torn cloth piece they have, and then the blood running down his arm. The cut shoulder where it's a clear cut. Looks like he has his communicator right there. I don't know if that's what it is, but I assume it's a communicator. His legs might be the only reuse we have, or they could be brand new, because they have my biggest complaint about Star Wars figures. No thigh articulation. No thigh cut. It is so annoying. And, like, I admittedly, I did somewhat complain about thigh cuts with the single joint knee felt pointless. Like, you could cut it and cut the budget, but when you don't cut the budget at all and I'm paying the same price but you're taking things away from me, it feels like I'm getting ripped off. Like, especially with the knees. You can't really move his leg out like that because now it doesn't line up with the knee. Because the knee's facing forward while his foot's facing out. That's not how human anatomy works. For most people, anyway. It's very odd. And then, like this one, the knee is facing inward. So even if I have his foot straight, it looks very odd. There we go. I finally got to move out while I'm ranting about it. But yeah, I really want to love this figure. I want this to be, my best figure of the year. And he still could get there with the amount of accessories that he has and all that fun stuff. I love Star Wars The Black Series, and that's why I complain about it. Because I want to see it do better. I want to see it succeed. But when they are taking more than they're giving, it's really annoying. And one thing I do think they should have given, whatever, with this, is a holster for the Stormtrooper to have his blaster in. Because, yeah, I probably won't pose him a lot without it. But Stormtroopers still generally have holsters when I look at them, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like they just don't carry them. So, yeah, I am somewhat disappointed with this set. And again, I didn't even say this. Why would I say again? It's $103. Something like that. It's like $101 maybe. And that's without shipping. So by the time you have it shipped, it's $110. And I generally try not to calculate shipping into my base price unless it's an online exclusive like this thing is. So, you can only get it online. So by the time you're done paying, it's expensive. More than it already was. For 3 figures, and given, One of them has a fair amount of accessories. But let's assume that these two Stormtroopers are, $25. Once you take off the $25 for these Stormtroopers, out of the $121 this set will cost you once shipping is added, Galen Marek still costs you a 120. It's 110. I am so sorry for getting that wrong. Don't ask me why I put that. My brain is so off. So, my apologies. Alright, real quick. I did forget one accessory, and that is the Force Push, which would be a great one to have if I had anything to put the Stormtrooper with. But, I'm not going to whine about that. They gave us plenty. I didn't need an extra stand. This is just something else that I wanted to talk about because this is a very cool effect piece. I like it. You can even kind of make it look like maybe they're pushing themselves off the ground if you wanted to do that. Maybe holding themselves up. Alright, now I'm just determined to get him in this stance. There we go. He's on one arm. I like it. It's very cool. It works as an extra little stand. That's fun. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. So yeah, once you subtract out the $50 that those two Stormtroopers are worth, assuming they're that $25 price point, Starkiller still comes out to a whopping $61. And you cannot tell me that this guy is worth, more than $35. Oh, well, he's, a deluxe. Yeah, so is Boba Fett. He's $33. Like, he would be the first Star Wars deluxe figure that is actually a deluxe. And he's $60. $61, actually, assuming you're taking that out from the other two. And if you want to just evenly split it, so they're $30-some a piece, that is even worse, because now it means they're charging you $30 for a basic Stormtrooper. Do you really want them to charge you $30 for a basic Stormtrooper that you can go to GameStop right now and pick up? That's so dumb. Like, I cannot express the amount of anger I have towards this pack for that price point. Like, at that point, at $60, I could go to a Japanese website and get myself a new Mafex or a new Revoltech figure. And normally I don't like to price compare like that, oh, well, for a HasLab I could get this or that, because HasLabs are different. These are basic figures that should not be costing this much money. It's a lot of dough to pay out, especially when this guy just got another release. But you're kind of screwed if you didn't get this one, because he doesn't have any of his accessories. He has his lightsaber and one red saber. They couldn't even be bothered to give you both the red and blue, or heck, even both red ones. They couldn't be bothered to do any of that. No extra hands, none of that. That is such a stupid thing to me. So you're telling me all of that extra stuff, minus the lightsaber. So real quick, let me put it all together so you can see what he's coming with. I do think this could be a newly sculpted blade, because it does fit this lightsaber specific. But anyways, that's not important. So what is on screen right now, the hands are different on the actual figure. But this is all you get. So Hasbro is telling us that the rest of this pack, so, $61. Okay, you know what? Let's do some quick configuring on what that is. So, that's $36 for a few extra hands and a head. So, you get your Force Push hand. Let's quickly, let's lay them all out. Because let's not get the stand in there. We want to look somewhat professional. So we have two sets of hands. The Force Push hand. Lightning effects. Relaxed hands and gripping hands. Two heads. And 3 lightsaber blades. So they're telling us that all of this that you see here in this little pile is $36. Would you pay $36 for that? I didn't think so. You know, I'm trying to work on a video at the moment, and I will get it out eventually. It just takes a while because I'm slow already at content. Talking about all my issues with the Black Series, because again, it's a line that I love. That is why I complain, is because I care. If I didn't care, I would never complain about it. I would say they were always perfect, always amazing, but they are not. They have proportion issues, quality control problems, and I get that that second one is across Hasbro, it's across every brand, but with Hasbro one specifically, it always seems like it's so much worse. Luckily, I didn't have any quality control issues per se with this set. Oh, I guess this stand is included in that $36. I did forget it. I do apologize for that. But still, I don't think anyone would pay $36 for that. You know, maybe $10 for that stand. Totaled $5 for everything else, not even that. So yeah, that's very, very disappointing. Uh so yeah, I do want to wrap this up. We're already running, what, 26 minutes? This is way too long of a video. Yeah. I'm disappointed in this with the price. What they give us is good, but again, articulation, and that's a series wide issue. All of that stacking on top of each other makes it so I cannot, in good faith, really recommend this out. If you find the Stormtroopers, oh yeah, go buy those. Those are pretty good figures, actually. I really like them. As far as I'm aware, they are new sculpts for this year. So, you know, if you want some Stormtroopers, I think they're with the Return of the Jedi stuff as well. Yeah, I'm working on a video at the moment about Star Wars The Black Series, what my issues are with it, how I think they could improve it. That's not important. That'll be a solid month before that can even come out. But with this one, I don't know. It's a disappointing set, and I know I've said that. I can't find the right words at the moment for it. So thank you all for watching. If you have been subscribed to the channel, if you for some reason aren't already, I do generally try to upload once a week. It has been 3 weeks since my last upload as of recording this, and I hate that. I really don't like the fact that it's been 3 weeks, because I was shooting for a weekly upload schedule. So I went on vacation, and I only got one video recorded for this Luke figure, and I was going to post that, and I accidentally deleted my footage for Luke. I lost all of it. The box part, the figure itself, everything's gone. So that's why I haven't uploaded in a while. I really didn't mean to, guys. I'm sorry for anyone that maybe looks forward to a video, if there's anyone. Yeah. Again, I don't hate Black Series. Don't get that misconstrued. I do like it. I do collect it for a reason. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't collect it. But when it has problems, it is up to us, the collectors, to hold Hasbro responsible for it. I think we can all agree with that. So, again, once again, without further ado, thank you all for watching. I hope you will tune back in for the next one. Most videos on my channel, I try to be really positive, but every now and again, I just need to hold them accountable for what they're doing. And what they did here was make some figures I did not like. I shouldn't say that. I do like the figures. I phrased that wrong. I am so sorry. Uh, I say sorry. I am. I phrased it wrong. I like these figures, but they are not to the quality that I feel the price point says. You know, especially when with Marvel Legends, another line that's the same price, I feel like we're getting a lot more bang for our buck. Outside of Detroit Steel, which if you want to watch that video, I think it'll probably be the next upload. Outside of him, I feel like we've been getting a lot more bang for our buck as of recent. But yeah. So if you did enjoy, if you want to tell me about how I'm wrong and how amazing these figures are, comment down below. Please try to be respectful. I have no ill will towards any of you who collect this or like this box set. I like it. It will be displayed, but I need to talk about my issues. Because to me, if I only talk good about Hasbro, it comes across as maybe, they'd be paying me or something. I don't love every company. I don't love everything everyone does, and this was one of them that just still could make my top 10 best for the year. It'll probably grow on me the more I mess with them. But at the moment, I have to give it, let's say I rate it on a scale like 1 to 10. It'd be like a 6 or 7, pretty average. But for that price, it should not be average. If I factored price into those, this would be like a 3 out of 10. So, again, thank you for watching. I hope you found some enjoyment. If you want to talk to me in the comments about how bad my video is, how much I'm wrong, please do. Please just be respectful. And I will catch you all in the next one. Bye.